Howdy all, welcome to Lex Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. So, I know I said we weren't going to do another search episode, but I want to go try one more day here. I'm heading for the subdivision, which I've been having problems with, even getting into really half the time. But I'm feeling confident. I got some armor on and stuff. Should make it a little easier. I did notice coming out of the woods, man, I have got to change some bloom sittings or something. Look at that. Is that supposed to be the sun? It takes up the whole sky. It's really smoky back there. What is going on, man? I don't know. Something with the atmospherics is all weird now. Here comes my mortal enemies. The dogs. Oh, see? Quick, 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 you're bleeding, you're bleeding, you're bleeding, you're bleeding, you're bleeding. You're bleeding. Alright, come on, stupid. Nah, I beat you through the fence. Yeah, I don't care about you guys. I'm not gonna stop and search here, okay? Nope, I don't care about your little... I don't care about your little cornfields. You can keep your cornfields. I just had to stop and kill your doggy friends. Because in a game of zombies, the dogs are the devil. Which is strange. So... So it's cold today. Like, it's... What? June... I don't know what. June 19th, I think, today? June 19th. Like, we're summertime now. Is this the edge of the... It is. Cool. We can sneak in the back here. And the wind is cold. Like, actually cold. What in the world? Stupid weather system changes. First we had horrendous snow this winter, which we never have. And now it's cold in June. Well, that was disappointing. There was nothing there. Ooh, this place is boxed off pretty good. I don't know. Oh, nice. That was in a cardboard box. I haven't seen one of these in a cardboard box in forever. I didn't look to see what that actually unlocked for me. What did that unlock for me? Weird. Is it not under ammo and weapons? What's it under? That said reloading. You have to be some kind of reloading thing. I know, I should have paid attention. I wish it announced which recipe it was. This whole place is just fenced in. I wish it would announce what recipes you were learning. It does not. Right. I need my axe. Why is my axe not on my... Oh yeah, that's right, because I was bleeding. Actually, let's switch you out for the good kind here. And why don't you just get right off my hotbar? Shh. This doesn't make sound? Wow, I also apparently can't break it. Are you aware there's a filing cabinet in your bathroom? I think that's a little weird. Just to let you know. There was also food in your bathroom. This is a tiny attic. And what do we got? So, anyways, talking about it being cold here. What makes that funny to me is that... Alright, so we move into this house, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. And, it's got a furnished basement. Or not furnished, but finished basement. And I'm like, yes, basement is mine. I can put in my couch and my big TVs and my computers. And then, of course, you know, everybody's like, oh, well, I want to be with all the cool stuff, too. So we've got 3 computers. And it's got what's it called? I don't know. It's got crank windows, whatever those are called. This is a weird little 1-story house, really? I guess so. You want to play? I beat your face in. And so I'm like, well, I can't have that because when it gets hot out, I am not going to sit in a room that's 90 degrees. Oh, dang it. With no... Why did that not hit him? With no air conditioner. That was awful cheaty game. Awful cheaty. And, so I replaced the window with a normal, I don't know what anything's called, hanging window. Just because I can do it doesn't mean I know what it's called. And, I mean, it's not that difficult to replace a window. Just basically take the other one out and shove the new one in its spot. You gotta measure and stuff and seal it and whatnot. And so then it gets warm out and oh, ow. So I put my air conditioner in the window. Well, first off, I'm in a basement, so it's got like half windows. Or no, I don't know. It's got these little window boxes that are set in the ground, and half the window is above it and half the window is below the level of the ground. And so I'm like, well, I don't know if I could put an air conditioner in the window the way it is. And so I go online and I'm looking around, and the website for the company that the window air conditioner comes from says, yes, you can place them in window boxes under the surface of the ground. Oh, what happened? Was I bleeding and didn't see it? I looked. Dang it. I don't really care, I guess. It's a long run back out there. Well, I need to make a new Spike Club anyways. That one was almost dead. And, my weapons, Spike Club. Oh no, my scrap metal was on my hotbar. Dang it. Wait, can I scrap that? Will that give me some scrap metal? It will. 1. Where am I at? Which way am I headed here? I need to head this way. And, so... I probably shouldn't be running around with no club, though. What's a barbed club as opposed to a spiked club? Oh, that's the barbed wire club. Yeah. I remember. Alright, that gives me a club anyways. So, I go online and it's like, you can put it in the window box. It just needs 6 inches of space behind and to the sides of the air conditioner. And I'm like, oh, well, that's not a problem because these window boxes were huge because they're made for the window to open up. And, the crank windows, I can't remember what they're called at the moment. And so I thought that was a dog. I think it was a pig. So I put it in there. I measure. It's got like 1.5 feet all the way around the air conditioner. And I'm like, all right, we'll be good. And so I'm running the air conditioner. And then when it gets hot, and here it gets very humid at the same time, the air conditioner started blowing the breaker. And I'm like, oh man. And I just figured the air conditioner was like 4 years old. Maybe it was going bad. And so I bought a new, because, it ran fine the first year. And then the second year, I think, is when it started doing it. And, or maybe it only did it like twice the first year. And then the second year it started doing it more often. And so I went and... Is this my road? No, I still need to go this way. And so I bought a new air conditioner, which isn't something that's fun to do because air conditioners are expensive, for the bigger ones anyways. I know you can get a little one for like $120 or something, but I usually spend around $350, $400 for mine, especially with this basement where I'm at is pretty large. And so I went and bought a new air conditioner and put it in, and it said the same thing. I went on their webpage and they're like, yeah, you can drop it in there, it just needs space around it. And it starts doing the exact same thing. Blows the circuit breaker, which is really annoying, and so I figured, well, it just must not be getting enough air where it's at. So I built a stand for it. Man, I sound really handy in this episode, don't I? I am not a handy person. I took some 2x4s and measured and cut them and then put them together with some screws with a screw gun. It is not an impressive stand by any means, but it works. And so what it's just the size I need to raise the air conditioner up to sit in the top half of the window. So it actually rests on the stand instead of the window. And well, that seemed to fix the problem. So the first year after I put the stand in, I had no problems. And then, so last year would have been, I think, the third year here. I don't know. I don't remember when we moved here. But last year, it's toward the end of summer, started blowing the breaker again. And so I'm like, well, this is dumb. And so, but not all the time, just occasionally. Just when it was the most hot or the most humid, which is the most ridiculous time for an air conditioner not to want to work. All other times, if it wasn't like it only did it, I'd say 4 times. Okay, maybe that was 2 years ago when it only did it a few times. And then last year, every time it got hot. Now, use an air conditioner when it's overly warm, like 80, 90 degrees. It ran fine. But if it got up into 100, 110, somewhere in there, and then with our humidity, that's it. It's done. It wouldn't stay running. It would blow the breaker, and then you go reset the breaker, and then I finally got so irritated at it, I plugged it into a power strip, and it would stay running, except on those days. But when it blew the power strip, I could just flip the power strip thing. The problem is that the compressor doesn't run long enough to actually cool the room down. It just kind of fights a losing battle against the heat and keeps it down. I'd take that meat, but we're going to be out and about yet. Apparently I already searched that tent. And, that tent does not have an opening. Now, where am I at? So, anyways, so sometime during winter, I decided to rearrange where all my stuff is at. And, so I moved some things around, and I've got a couple of TVs and a surround sound system, and a couple of PlayStations, and we got 3 computers down here, and laser printer and refrigerator. Just a bunch of odds and ends I've thrown in here over the years. And like the refrigerator was a floor model that has some dings in it, and maybe it wasn't even a floor model. Maybe it just had dings in it. And at the time, my sister worked at the store where they were being sold, and she got like a huge employee discount. And then on top of that, they got this weird friends and family thing where you can come in and you can sign up for a credit card and get a discount. And so while that was going on, I got this refrigerator. It's a little one. It's about chest high maybe. It does have a freezer compartment, which is currently crammed full of Christmas candy. I absolutely love hugs, the candy cane hugs from or candy cane kisses from Christmas. They only sell them at Christmas, so I bought up a whole bunch so that I can have them throughout the year. Got them really cheap too. Bought them after Christmas, and they had like all these candy canes of candy cane kisses in the clearance section, and they're like $4 or something during Christmas, and I got them for like 75 cents a piece after Christmas. So my little freezer's full of that at the moment. But anyways, so I had plugged all that stuff in, and because I don't know where the breakers lead to in this house. They're labeled, but they're not labeled in a way that makes sense to me. And so, like my old house, I actually did part of the wiring. Once again, I sound handy. It's not that difficult. If you can use a screwdriver, you can do wiring. And at least the way I do it anyways. And so, why do I not have my... Hey there, Mr. Zombie. Stop dropping in the zombies. I thought I could come here and loot this place because I was feeling powerful, but I still get screwed over by the zombies pretty badly. There's some kind of weird respawn here that we don't get at other places. Like zombies just dropping out of the sky. So now it's getting warm, so I put my air conditioner in, and that thing won't run at all now. I mean, it comes on and it runs, and then after a little while, it blows the breaker. Well, it didn't blow the breaker because I haven't plugged into the breaker. But it was running a couple of times at the beginning of the season here, summer. It's only June. I got a long way to go. And so, yeah, it was driving me crazy. And finally, maybe figured out that it wasn't getting enough power. And so I thought the breaker it was connected into was too small. Because breakers limit how much amperage a plug receives, and so I thought it was plugged into a 15 amp. I still don't know where that 15 amp goes. I have a feeling it's my bedroom is on a 15 amp breaker, but the air conditioner, of course, needs around 20 amps to run, and so I'm like, oh well, that must be what the problem is. And so I was thinking about getting a new breaker and replacing that one. And so this week we were down here looking at it, and well, first off, I asked my brother to come take a look at it because he does some of this stuff, and he basically just brought a tool bag over and goes, here you go, use this to figure it out. And that was it. Like, nice. I was expecting some help, but whatever. And so my sister and I are looking at the breaker box, and I'm like, yeah, I have no idea. She's like, well, I have no idea either. I'm like, yeah. So we started flipping breakers, trying to find the one that the air conditioner was plugged into, and we couldn't figure it out that way. So I'm like, oh, great. You know what? I'm gonna go plug the air conditioner back in, because it's plugged into a power strip, which is only a 15 amp power strip, and so it blows all the time, but I can reset it easily. Like, it runs, the compressor comes on, and then like a minute after the compressor comes on, it pulls too much power, and so it's running around 15 amps, just not always. And so I plug it in, and of course it comes on, it runs, it doesn't blow the breaker. I'm like, well, that's useless, because she was going into town and figured she could pick up a new breaker for me. And I finally walked away from it, and it finally blew the breaker. I came back, found out which one it was. It was on a 20 amp, so I decided that maybe there was just too much stuff plugged in, because it only blew half the room. And so, yeah, I've got a big extension cord now, big construction, orange extension cord with my stuff from that side of the room plugged into it, running to the other side of the room, so that it's not overloading the air conditioner. So, as far as I can tell, the air conditioner is not kicked off since I plugged it in. I thought it was going to a couple of times, but it might have just been trying to get through a cycle after my repeated interrupting it in the middle of a cycle. And so yeah, I got air conditioning now, which is nice. And then, of course, to tie this back into the beginning of my story, today it's cold. I finally get my air conditioner running yesterday. Like, last night was the first night since it started getting warm that the basement was actually cool from the air conditioner. And now today we had to shut the window because the air coming in from the outside is too cold to have blowing on you constantly. Go figure. So yeah, I was really hoping to find more recipe books, and I'm just about to give up on recipe books, honestly. I like the recipe books, I like that you have to find them. I just wish there was maybe a smarter system for it, or like, instead of being random loot for multiple things. They could be made to be like the primary loot of things, or maybe they could be tied into other things, like I don't know, if a building has a gun safe in it, then it's more likely to have recipe book for guns and stuff, you know? Tents would be a more likely place to find hunting knife recipe or leather skinning recipe. And then that way you could go to specific places trying to get the recipes instead of this looting random places hoping that you'll finally hit the jackpot. Because I am not having the greatest luck here. I really need to switch back to a better club here. Beat you in the face. But I do greatly appreciate that my air conditioners decided to run. I was afraid I was going to have to replace it, actually. Because they go bad after a while, you know, and we live in a pretty dusty area. And I know the dust is really bad on an air conditioner. I probably need to take it apart and clean it is the problem. But I've never done that, so I'm not really sure what's involved in doing that. And it's heavy. Like, I don't know. It's probably like 40 to 80 pound heavy. And so I don't really imagine I want to take the time and effort to drag it out of the window on the outside of the house. Not that it wouldn't be hard, because I don't have the any of the little lips and things installed on it, because it's the same size as my window, and since my air conditioner sits on that stand, I don't need the little... Oh, you almost got me there. You almost got me. All these zombies, man. Alright, did I loot this greenhouse? I think I must have. Did I loot this? Yeah, alright. Let's head over one more here. But I looked at it. It doesn't look that dirty, so I don't know why it's having such a difficult time the last year, end of last year, beginning of this year. Because it ran in the window for a whole year without any issues. Whole year. Or most of a year, anyways. Is that guy just standing there? What do we find? It doesn't say. Is this just ammo? Just random? Is this the book I already picked up? It is not. Alright. Well, what in the world was that other recipe book I picked up? Man, I should have read instead of... I guess, you know what I really want to know is... I've got this shotgun book, right? And I just want to know, can I break down a pistol yet? I don't appear to be able to break down a pistol. Or I don't remember. Well, no, because I broke down the shotgun. I can do that now. I can make my own bullets now, which is awesome. But I apparently still can't make my own pistol, which is the one thing I wanted to be able to do. All right, well, we will definitely not do a searching run next time. I promise. All right, I'm gonna check this one last. Come on, I want to check this mailbox. Mailbox, and oh, we'll call it a day, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I just recipes are so important, and they're so ridiculously difficult to find at the moment. It's just way too random. Like, they need to be in specific things, like desks and cabinets, and I like that they're in mailboxes. That's a nice touch, because people would get mail order catalogs and stuff, and you know, and I don't know. I think I like the idea that they might be split up based on what's in the building. You know, campsites, and like the military camps would be a great place to find like recipes on the sniper rifle and stuff like that. So, all right, click like if you like, subscribe, be sure and catch the next one. I will talk to you later.